I pretty much got into sailing through my dad. He had a boat in Carrick Marina. Just as a young kid, I was always running around the boat park and started off at junior sailing, and then I actually just loved being on the water.
Yeah, for me, I guess sort of similar to Ryan, started off just as a wee kid, just running around playing in the water all the time, and then over time was, without noticing it, kind of getting better because we were out sailing all the time. I ended up doing an Olympic campaign for the Beijing Olympics in 2008. So for the 4 years up to that, I raced with my brother actually, and we raced in the 49er, and then he retired after those Olympics, after that cycle. And I was looking for someone, and I was still a part of the Sports Institute in Northern Ireland, so they knew of Ryan, and they knew he was sort of not quite at the right body weight size and stuff to make it happen in the laser, and he was perfect for the 49er. So yeah, they kind of sat down and we got put together.
Dream made in heaven.
My name is Des Jennings. I'm the head of performance skills here at the Sports Institute. It is a service that looks at performance lifestyle and also sports psychology. In terms of Matt and Ryan, I've been working with them for 7-8 years now. They've been involved from the very first thing and putting the team together with Irish sailing. So the guys have they've come a long way, whereas you had Matt, Ryan, who had no experience of sailing the 49er, and Matt, who had some experience of trying to all the different stages of putting a difficult team together and learning different roles and technical areas and mental areas.
The Sports Institute in Northern Ireland has been a massive help to Matt and I. The strength and conditioning here and getting us in good shape for the boat, and the physios getting us through. We've been doing this for a long time, and making sure that we get time on the water is important, so being injury free is a real big key.
My name is Paul Talty. I'm a strength and conditioning coach here at the Sports Institute. Strength and conditioning is basically all about the physical preparation of the athletes for performance in competition, but also for to be able to withstand the rigours of training. Components of that include strength training, conditioning training, speed training, recovery modalities and the like. 2, 1, slap it together. When they're at home, we try and set up their training in order to get as much of their strength training, their conditioning training done while they're here at home in a more supervised environment. So with Matt and Ryan, I suppose they spend such an enormous amount of time away from home and away from Sinai, that a big part of the job that I do is trying to educate them around how to look after themselves best when they're away in camps and competitions. So that involves making sure that they're aware of the different types of training, help them to make better decisions with regards to their exercise selection to make sure that they're not exhausting themselves.
Obviously there's the physical side of it, but there's the psychological side, and being ready mentally and motivated, and I think that's been a massive help to us in our campaign.
Every athlete's really different in terms of strategies around that, so we're treating people as individuals as well as teams and dealing with expectations. So I suppose ultimately it's making people how they cope with pressure, making them mentally more resilient with the demands of the sport. I suppose in terms of particular, a lot of my job was sitting talking and listening. So in terms of like in a room, in terms of a one-to-one basis, as a team basis, at events on the boat when they debrief in events, so after each race in terms of just in terms of having interventions there which addresses not the emotion but the logic of the performance. So a lot of it's been around the communication on the boat, a big area around communication on the boat, around their own confidence, around specific technical areas in terms of how they suppose focus and concentrate at the right times.
We're pushing towards the medals, that's definitely our goal, but we're looking to go there and also enjoy it, because all the work has been put in, the hard work over the 15-20 years, and it's important that you go and enjoy the experience and enjoy that we're actually at the top level in our sport and we're racing against the best guys, and that we're actually in a shout with taking a medal if we performed our best.
A lot of the actual racing, we try to just see it as a normal week's racing. Obviously there's a lot more going on around it with media and a lot more hype and things, but for us the race format is very similar, and we've trained in the venue over and over again, so we try to kind of zone out from all the excitement and just focus on the racing.
To succeed at the top level of sport requires a considerable amount of drive and focus from the athlete. It's one thing having talent, but if you don't work hard and if you don't focus on what needs to be done, then that talent won't bring you all that far. Matt and Ryan are perfect examples of that. When you watch them do their training, when you watch them do circuits and the like, they push themselves really, really hard, and they would push themselves to the brink if that's what they need to do.
It takes a lot of hard work and effort, but 100% it's worth all the sacrifices. And you know, one day Matt and I were sitting looking at the TV, wishing that we could be like the heroes that we looked up to, like the Ben Ainsleys and so on. And it is possible if you have the motivation and drive to go and do it, then for sure go for it and go and achieve your dreams. You know, it's definitely possible.